안녕하세요. So today is as you know that we are having the topic. It's regarding about the giving and the first of the 6 paramita. And you should know the one thing about the 6 paramita. Practice of the 6 paramita is one quite important practice. 6 paramita practice is something that you have to practice. Not only that practice, the 6 paramita is 6 new habits. It's introducing 6 new habits. How do you think and how do you act? Most probably you think like how you think yesterday. How you act like how you act yesterday. So that's why something if you want to do something that if you want to change yourself, what you have to do, get rid of your old habits, because you are having lots of the bad habits. So get rid of the bad habit. What you have to do, you have to put the new habits. Otherwise, to get rid of the habit is very difficult. So that's why you talk like how you talk yesterday. You think how you think like yesterday. You act how you act like yesterday. So that have to be changed. There is one person, he works in the railway. After 40 years working in the railway train station, then he got retired. His job in the railway is that he have to count all the compartments of the train. All he have to count. What happened is that after 40 years later, after he get retired, and whenever he see the train pass, he will count the compartment of all the trains. People told him that now you are not working in the train. Now you are not working in the railway. Why you are counting? He said, because that's my habit. I used to count 40 years. Now I cannot leave that habit. So his house is near to the train station. And one morning, all his family gathered. And his children and the grandchildren. And that time, they are having the picnic. And the one train passed. That morning, he didn't count the compartment. Second train passed. Again, he didn't count the compartments. Then he is the grandchild. The small kids got very curious and asked him, Grandpa, today I saw that the 2 trains passed nearby you, but you didn't count. Normally, always you count the compartment of the train, but today you didn't count the compartment. Why? The old man said, today is a Sunday, so I don't work on Sunday. So old habit is like that. Habit is like that. He used to count, even though he don't work on the Sunday, so he don't work. The old habit is like that. So when you have to change yourself, get rid of the old habit. When you get rid of the old habit, for what you have to do, get the new habit, put new habit. The 6 paramita is a 6 new habit. Or you can call it 6 steps to the success. Also, you can call this as a 6 paramita as key practice to the enlightenment. So now today's the 6 paramita. I will teach you as the 6 paramita as the new habit, or the 6 paramita as a step to the success, or the 6 paramita key practice for the enlightenment. Okay. And today's session we are covering up only the first paramita, the paramita of the giving. First thing, paramita practice is about the giving. This is the very important point, the giving. In this world, you should know the one secret of the gaining. Whatever you want to gain, first step, you have to give something. There is nothing free in this world. Everything is, you have to pay something. If you want to gain something, you have to give something. This is the universal, the law. There is nothing free. Even if you look at the air, when you have to take in the oxygen, you have to give back the carbon dioxide. Only one thing is free. That's conservative teaching. So now here that the giving practice, look at the family. Everyone needs the love. To gain the love from the other, first you have to give the love back. Love others. Then only you can gain the love from the others. So that's why when you're saying the giving, the first paramita, Buddha talked about the 3 points, 3 different givings. First is a material giving. Let me ask you the one question. What you can give to your family? What the best thing you can give to your family? Flower? Flower? Maybe. Money. Okay, good. Money, flower. Okay, good. But you should know there is one more precious than the money and the flower you can give to your family. That is time. You think you give the flower, you give some money, you think that you did enough. No, give the time. Giving the time is more important. There is one small kid. He asked his father, how much do you earn for the 1 hour? He said, the father told, I earned the $10 for the walking for the 1 hour. Next, again the week later, sometimes later, kid again asked the same question to the father, how much do you earn for the 1 hour? The dad told the same answer, $10. That time the kid looked a little bit sad. Then the dad asked the kid that what happened? What happened? So you think that you cannot earn, when you grow up, you think that you cannot earn the $10 an hour? The kid told, no, actually, I just have only $9. Tomorrow I just want to buy your 1 hour time. So I am lack of the $1. So this story says that when you're giving, the first thing is that you have to learn to give the time to your family. How much time do you spend for your family? That's very important. Sometimes that you forget that. You think that I can give the time tomorrow, day after tomorrow, thinking that you will lose the whole of your time of your life. One thing you should know always, when the people die, they are the 5 biggest regret when the people dying. If you ask any people who are dying, they will be the 5 regrets, who have the 5 regrets. But people whoever dies, up till now, no one feel that I should have a little bit, earn more money. They have no regret of it. Always, most of them feel, oh, I could spend a little bit time more with my family. Oh, I could do this kind of the work. I could do. These are the people get regret. Up till now, no one get regret when they are dying. I could earn a little bit more money. So that's why I'm saying the first thing is giving the family the time, okay? Now the second levels of the giving, okay? What best gift you can give yourself? Money or Okay, go on. What best gift you can give yourself? Family, I told you the time, no? Give the time for the family. What best gift you can give yourself? Okay. Best gift you have to give yourself is knowledge. Knowledge how to live. That is the most best gift. When you give yourself that gift, the knowledge, most important thing, knowledge is a key to live the happily. Okay, what knowledge? What kind of knowledge is the knowledge of the how to live? Okay. One question: when you go to the school, they will teach you how to write, how to read. Everything you will learn from the school. But they will not teach you the how to live. That they will not teach you. So that is the very important knowledge that you should give yourself, the how to live. For learn that the how to live, the importance that I always tell the one example. When you go and buy the cell phone, mobile, they will give you the manual how to use the cell phone. When you go to buy the computer, they will give you the one manual how to use the computer. But when we born, we didn't have that manual how to live. That is the very important knowledge. We should have the how to live. That knowledge you have to give yourself. That knowledge you have to gain. Then every life, every challenge you can overcome it very easily. Here, these are the material giving, okay? Now the thing is that when you're giving, the most important thing is here the one thing you should know that whatever you have to give the others, whatever to give yourself, always have to remember the one thing when you are practicing. To that also you have to remember that thinking you should have the motivation to the benefit other. Benefit other, benefit yourself. That's a very important whenever you give anything. Here the one thing you should know, to understand that generally the materials givings is the one thing. Now the second level, the Buddha talk about the giving of the life. We Deepkar, we are doing the food charity activities. Food charity activity we do, and we used to give around the 2,400 free food every week we are used to give. When we started this project, I started with the $300. So that's why when we start with that project, that the mainly reason that the one time I saw the one very poor man. He was eating the food which threw in the garbage. He took out and he was eating that. I saw that and I thought that really now, what is a life? That is the turning point for me, really, how important is that the people should show how important the food is. So that's why the important is that's why we start with the giving the food. And the one time when we start with this project, the giving the foods and that thing, one lady, that is in Mongolia, one lady donate the one, when she heard about our project, she donated the one ring. That's the whole wedding ring she donated to the Deepkar. I know that how precious it is for her. When I give back that wedding ring for the team, Deepkar team, they told me that they could not sell that. Really, they just have to keep that ring. Still we keep that ring. One time the one person asked, is there any God which can be accepted in all the religion, Christian, Buddhism, Muslim and Hinduism, is there any God which can be accepted by all the religion? I say yes, there is a one God which can accept by all the religion. That is a food. So that's why when you are giving the practice, even the food you can give to the others, that is also the giving. Also when you eat the food, also you can practice the giving practice. That the Buddha says that when you are eating the food, visualize and think that you are giving that food in the bacteria which lives in your body. There are the thousands of the bacteria lives in our body. One thing I want to ask you that, I'm sure you all want to eat the healthy food. I want to know the definition of the healthy food. What is a healthy food? One time I met in the Mongolia, one old lady, she is around 93 years old, old lady. You know the Mongolia, they have the nomads, and she go after the horse, catch the horse and bring to me. 93 years old lady. I thought she might have the very healthy lifestyle. I asked the family that what she eat and how he keep the very healthy lifestyle. The family member told me, no, she don't eat any healthy thing. She drink the alcohol, she take the cigarette, everything. So that's why the healthy is the definition. Sometimes when you even eat the very organic food, but you might have a lot of disease. So interesting thing is that the food, when you eat, how you think, that also can affect the energy of your body. It can bring the food's energy differently. So that's why when you're eating the food, Buddha said to meditate with the giving meditation. When you eat the food, think that you are giving all those food for all the insects and bacteria living in your body. This is the most important time of the meditation. I will tell you, the one time is when you eat the food, okay? To cook the one food, it will take at least an hour. Wash, cut, fry, hours you're spending. When you're eating the food, at least enjoy the 5-10 minutes. You already spent 1 hour for making the food. Let me tell you the one thing. My master's favorite food is a chicken fried rice. That's called the chicken biryani in India, chicken fried rice. My master's favorite. He passed away at the age of 93, okay? I learned that how to cook from the YouTube. I tried sometime and it really consumed a lot of time, but I really enjoy that. But now don't ask me to cook it, okay? Deepkar is not a restaurant, okay? My point is that the giving meditation, even when you're eating the food, if you meditate that the food, what you consume, that will become the medicine. So Buddha told there are the 4 types of the medicine. The first medicine, he told what you eat, that is a medicine. Food is medicine. Food is medicine or not, it depends on how you eat. What you think when you eat, that depends on that. For some people, food is poison. For some people, food is medicine. That depends on how you think when you eat the food. That is the material giving, okay? Second level is, as I told, the life giving, that giving life. And there is one third is called the Dharma giving. Dharma giving is mainly giving the right advice. I will explain Dharma giving before and then I will explain the later that the life giving, okay? So Dharma giving is important is that, as I told you, when you give the time to the family, normally when you give the time to the family, when you talk with the family, what topic you talk, that's very important. Sometimes that you feel very difficult with the people. When you start the conversation, immediately it will turn into the argument. The Dharma giving means a talk, share something like related with the Dharma. Talk and share in the family with the advices, way of the living, importance of the compassion. These all topics you can share and the talk in the family. That's a Dharma giving. What you have to do is that the most important when you are sharing, what is the most important? Family, when you're sharing Dharma, most important thing is that you have to be the good listener, not a good speaker. Do you use a cell phone? No? I'm not so sure in the cell phone, usually Nokia used to have that function. Look in the cell phone and look at the time, how many hours you make the out call and how many hours you have to receive the call. Look at that. Always the out call, the hours were longer because you want to talk more. But the one thing you should know that we have the 2 ears and the 1 mouth. That means we have to listen more, talk less. So you try that in your family, okay? So when you're sharing the Dharma, first you talk a little bit, then listen to their opinion, okay? Even they speak some very stupid, you just go and keep on the listening. Second important thing is that the Dharma sharing is normally people when you spend the time with the family or when you get some time, what you do is that mostly you talk something, the very unnatural things you will talk. So to avoid that, they talks about the Dharma giving. So talk and share something about with the knowledge, talk and share something about the Dharma. So that's the important thing is that is the one important thing is Dharma. Okay, Dharma is something that you have to share and that is called the Dharma giving. Now the third level is a talk about the giving of the life. Okay, Giving of the life is when some animals is going to be killed to save the life of the others. Okay. As I told you yesterday, when the mosquitoes comes on to bite you, giving one more chance for the mosquito, not killing immediately. Also, that is a giving practice. In this giving practice is the most important thing is among all this giving practice, what is the most important thing? Most important thing is that generally when you practice the giving, the important giving, first thing is that we are too much of the selfish. When we are too much of the selfish, everything what you think is that I should have this, I should have this. That thoughts comes in our mind all the time. So that's why when you have that thought, that's why you expect so much. When you say you love someone, what you expect? You expect back that person also same thing to you. That's the expectation too much we're having. So when you look at yourself, whenever you feel sad, 90% of you are feeling sad because of you could not meet your expectation. That's why the most important thing is that you should not expect the result. Whatever you do, you should not have any expectation. When you give something, that is teaching us that not to expect something to gain you back. Now, look back into your life and think that the unhappiest moment of your life. I can tell you that the unhappiest moment is something that you have to relate with your expectation. When you feel the unhappiest moment with losing someone, you expect that person may live longer. So that's why sometimes if you look at most of the unhappiest moment of your life, it is very much related to your expectation. Am I right? So that's why the unhappiest moment expectation of the giving, the first thing is when you have to learn that when you give something back, you should not expect it at all. Okay? When you give time to your family, when you share the Dharma with the people, don't expect anything back. Just do it with thinking the benefit to them. Now this is the thing that the one important thing here is the one thing you always remember. When you are saying that you are practicing the giving the Paramita, does that mean that you have to give everything you have? You have $100. When you see the beggar, who have nothing to eat, does that mean you have to give something to that beggar? Did you get my question? Here comes the real Dharma practice. $100 means how much of the Korean won?
130,000 won.
130,000 won. Okay, let's go like that. If you have 100,000 won, isn't it? Won. And if you see the beggar who have nothing to eat, while you are practicing the giving paramita, does it mean that you have to give something for that beggar? Do you get my question? What is the answer? My answer will be yes, no, both. When you are saying the no, that's the right answer. When you say yes, that's also right answer. When you say yes and no, both, that's also right answer. There is no one final answer for this question. Now, it very much depends on your level of the practice. Let me tell you the one story. There is one person who started to practice the giving paramita. And when he was started to practice the giving paramita, one person came and asked him, I heard you are practicing the giving paramita. If you have a 2 horse, will you give a 1 horse to the person who don't have the horse? He said yes. The stranger asked again the person who are practicing giving paramita, if you have 2 cow, will you give a 1 cow to the person who don't have the cow? He said yes. Then the stranger asked the third question that if you have a 2 donkey, will you give a 1 donkey to the person who don't have the donkey? This time he said no. The person got very surprised. The stranger got very surprised and asked that person, you are practicing the giving paramita. You are saying that if you have a 2 horse, will you give the 1 horse to the person who don't have the horse? If you have a 2 cow, you are willing to give the 1 cow to the person who don't have the cow. But if you have a 2 donkey, you are not willing to give the 1 donkey to the person who don't have the donkey. Why? So he said, yeah, I'm practicing the giving paramita. If I have a 2 cow, I'm willing to give the 1 cow to the person who don't have the cow. If I have a 2 horse, I'm willing to give the 1 horse to the person who don't have the horse. But if I have the 2 donkey, I am not going to give a 1 donkey to the person who don't have the donkey. Because the main reason is that because I don't have 2 cow, I don't have a 2 horse, but I have a 2 donkey. So giving paramita, here you're saying the stages when you're saying that sometimes the people oftenly get to misunderstand that thing that the giving practice means so you have to give everything. No, it doesn't mean that. Always remember that when you are giving, that is the investment. But the how to invest, where to invest, that you need the knowledge. One of my student, her mother told me the one story. Her mother told me a story about that when she met her husband, how they met each other. She told me that she didn't agree the first day of their marriage. And that husband, her daughter's the husband, that time they are not married. And that time the man that sent her daughter like 100 rows, 100 rows. 100 rows. And that time the girl's mother told me that he just told the man that if you have that much of the money, why don't send her the golden ring, gold ring. And that man told him that I don't have that much money because I borrow this money to send 100 rows. Then mother told me that he asked that man that if you have no money, then why you borrow the money and send this or give all this, the roses? Then the man told that the girl's mother that his investment. So same thing that whenever you are giving the something, that is a big investment. So that's why what we are saying is that when you see the beggar and you have the $100, if you give the 10, 20, whatever you give it, if you give with the pure mind, that is the investment. That is you gain the merit which leads to you to the enlightenment. So that's why the giving, that's why the first they give it in the bodhisattvas, the practice. Main thing is that they give their own, whatever the things they have, they give to the others. What you have the best thing, your own happiness, that's to give to the other. Now, how you can practice that is that how you can practice the giving practice to reach to the enlightenment. Visualize your family, meditate on your family. When you exhale the breath, think that you are giving your own happiness to these people. When you inhale the breath, think that you are taking their suffering. That will call the give and take. Give your own happiness to them and take their suffering. Visualize the people. Visualize the people whom you really love. When you inhale, think that you are taking the suffering of them. When you exhale the breath, think that you are giving your own happiness to them. Daily you do the 5 minutes. Now the second level, think of those person whom you really dislike. Now don't tell me that you don't have any people whom you dislike. If you don't have, think the election. You will find someone whom you dislike. So when you visualize that person, visualize the person whom you dislike, when you inhale the breath, think that you are taking the negative quality of that person. And when you exhale the breath, think that you are giving your positive quality to that person. You dislike that. You get angry with that person because you see that person have a lot of the negative qualities. So visualize that, because normally when you see that person, always you feel angry, you feel dislike. That makes your mind more unpeace. That makes you more sad. So what you have to do, you practice the giving and the taking meditation. Inhale the breath, think that you are taking the negative quality of that person. Exhale the breath, think that you are giving your positive quality to that person. Okay? Meditate that. You got it? So I will leave for the 2 minutes for the meditation. Okay? 2 minutes, and in this 2 minutes, visualize the people whom you really love. Okay? Your family members or whoever. Okay? Now take their suffering. When you inhale, think that you are taking their suffering. When you exhale, give your own happiness to them. Okay? If you have a loved 3 or 4 family members, visualize them all. Okay? Okay, I'll leave for the 2 minutes. Okay? Okay. Now what you have to meditate is meditate on the person whom you really dislike. You have or not? Can you raise your arm who don't have any person whom you dislike? Wow, that means everyone have. Yeah? Okay, very good. Because when you have a person whom you dislike, that makes you unhappy, then you have to practice the Dharma. Then I can teach. If you don't have any unhappiness or mentally the unhappiness, then you don't need the Dharma. So I always tell that okay, Dharma is like a medicine. So medicine, only the sick people need the medicine. If you're healthy, you don't need a medicine at all. Okay? So now you visualize that. Okay, visualize that the person whom you dislike. When you inhale the breath, think that you are taking their negative qualities. When you exhale the breath, think that you are giving your own positive quality to that person. Okay. Okay, I'll leave for the 2 minutes to meditate that. Okay. Okay. So, you got it, no? Here the most important thing is that in this, the giving, the practice meditation, remember these 2 steps of the meditation, okay? Okay. So, now the thing is that one other thing is that whenever you having the headache, okay? Whenever you have any problems, the things that you take all the problems, if you're having the stomach pain, think that all the stomach pain of the pain may falls upon you, and no one suffer from the stomach pain. Because right now what's happening is whenever you have the one problem, whenever you have some issue, you always ask yourself the why me. If you have a headache, you will ask why me, why not other. When you ask this question, that makes your problem more bigger. It will not solve the problem. In case if you win a $1 million lottery, you will never ask why me. And whenever you feel the joy, happy, and think that you're giving that joy to the people whom you love, okay? Think that will increase your joy. Always reduce the unhappiness, increase the happiness. For that, you have to practice the giving and taking meditation. That, okay, what I teach. Okay, thank you. Today I will stop here and now I will leave for the 20 minutes for the question answer session. Okay?